In today's video, I'm going to show you the Wish.com and Watchcount.com methods for finding your next profitable product on Amazon FBA. Okay, so to get started, go ahead and type in Wish.com and open that in a tab, and then also open Watchcount.com. Okay, and I've included links to these below as well for reference. But basically, just to briefly recap what Wish.com is, well, for perspective, Wish.com is an e-commerce platform. Not like Amazon, I would say, but maybe one of the top competitors of Amazon, if Amazon kind of had any quote unquote competitors. But they are an e-commerce kind of site, I should say, that's doing anywhere from $3 to $6 billion. This was last year. So very, very powerful. And there's a high correlation between things that sell well on Wish.com and things that sell well on Amazon FBA. A lot of great kind of ideas for product research here. And I use this very frequently. And the second is Watchcount.com, which is right here. And Watchcount, as you can see here, finds what's popular on eBay. So what is being seen or what is being watched on eBay. Again, what has kind of high favorability or a high watch value on eBay. There's a strong correlation between that and items and products that sell well on Amazon FBA. Okay, so both of these sites, there's a high correlation between things that sell well here or being watched here and then selling well on Amazon FBA, right? Which is why we kind of use these two strategies specifically. So, number one, Wish.com. Excuse me. So with Wish, what you can do is go ahead and just honestly, if you have an idea for a certain niche that you want to sell to, or just you have some random ideas, go ahead and type random keywords here into the search bar. It really is key that they're random. There's no specific rhyme or reason to this other than, type random keywords into the search bar and see what comes up. So for this, I'm just going to kind of scroll through because I already see some really interesting options. But again, in your case, if you type in these keywords, you're going to see options other people aren't looking at. Things could include silicone, bamboo, natural or eco or men's or women's or, just kind of random keywords like that and just kind of see what comes up. So yeah, for this, I'm just going to leave it kind of on the first page here. And as you can see, there are a ton of very interesting, unique options. And honestly, something that kind of caught my eye was this right here. I don't really know what this is, so I'm going to click this. So what I'm going to do is kind of open this in a new tab to kind of see what this is. It is a tree-shaped soap mold. Okay, so it's a soap mold. Very interesting. I don't have a lot of knowledge into the soap making niche, but that is that's a great idea for a niche, right? The soap making niche or the homemade soaps niche, right? So yeah, soap mold. So we're going to go ahead and do copy soap mold. Then we're going to go to Amazon.com to all, make sure all is selected. And we're just going to kind of look at some of the different soap molds on Amazon. So that's kind of how we're going to kind of use Wish and Amazon for our product research. Maybe we'll do, it's showing up pretty similar. Yeah, different kind of 12-piece, 6-piece, 1. So very, very interesting idea. And I mean, I found this within a few minutes. Again, not saying that this is a good product to kind of go after at all, but very, very interesting, right? And there's a ton of interesting products on Wish.com. So we're going to go ahead and kind of let this load and kind of see some of the results that load for soap mold. It's giving us a 4.5 out of 5 star. But again, I don't always go by the viral launch kind of product idea score. A lot of times it's not very accurate. It's not very kind of trustworthy. That is insane to me. Okay, monthly revenue. The top seller for soap molds is making over $55,000 a month in revenue. The second is making about $54,000, $20. That's crazy to me. I had no idea there's so much demand for a silicone soap mold, right? And that's why data is really, really, that's why it's so important, right? It's a lot of times counterintuitive. Average price point, a little bit low, but still doable. Especially with the revenue, there's so much volume. So this kind of checks both boxes in my mind in terms of there's a good amount of demand, a decent price point. Yeah, a little bit competitive, definitely too competitive for me specifically. However, let's just kind of exit out of this. So again, a little bit too competitive for me, but let's exit out of this and look at some of the options as we can kind of see here. And we can kind of refine our soap mold search to, maybe 6 cavity or 12 cavity, as we can kind of see here, 1 cavity here. It comes and you kind of, cut it into pieces. So we can kind of refine our search a little bit. But maybe we look through this and we read the negative reviews, and people are like, oh, I wish there was this type of shape. Maybe there's no shape of this kind available. Maybe there is, there's a 6-pack, there's a 12-pack. There's no 8 cavity, I should say. There's not an 8 cavity silicone mold, or people would want a different design, right? This is a product I could definitely see room for differentiating on. And maybe reading through the reviews, or maybe, if you have knowledge into this category, like maybe you've made soaps at home, I don't know. And if you do, you may be able to come with that perspective. You have friends, you're part of communities, you send out a survey and you say, hey, what is a way we can differentiate? In that case, I definitely think you could compete, even given the number of reviews, as long as you have, 10 reviews when you start off, and you follow some of the launch strategies and other videos that I have. I definitely think you could compete. However, right now, selling a pretty similar product, it looks a little bit competitive. Again, I might refine my search, and I'm not going to spend a ton of time into this, but if you want to look more into this, be my guest. This is just one example. There are a ton of products on Wish, a lot of really interesting options to look into, but that's essentially how it works. You go to wish.com, you kind of type in random keywords, you can just look at the options that are there. Excuse me. Type in, copy the keywords for that particular product. Type them into Amazon.com and look at the kind of all category, look at all departments, and then kind of see what shows up, run the Chrome extension, and just kind of get a feel for and kind of start analyzing these products, right? And yeah, that's kind of how you go about it. So that is Wish.com. And then we also have Watchcount.com. I personally like Wish better. I love the kind of the visual aspect of it. I'm a very visual learner. And here at Watchcount, kind of going back to the eBay, similar kind of thing. We would just type in, and as you can see, these are things I've already kind of typed in previously. Silicone, kitchen, vegetable slicer, detox foot pads, detox eco. A lot of different things. So I'm just going to type in silicone and see what shows up. Type that in here. We see what shows up down here. Silicone back case cover, yeah, for iPhone. Nothing really phone related. I wouldn't really be interested in looking into. A lot of phone related things. Yeah, a lot of phone related things, and I guess watch as well. If we did like silicone, like kitchen, I don't know. And just typing in random keywords, right? Like I said, I personally like watch.com a little bit better for me. But for some of you, it's different for everybody with product research. So yeah, silicone plastic wrap seal. That's interesting. So silicone plastic wrap seal. So I'm going to go over to Amazon. So we're going to go to, plastic. If it would, let's see if this loads. There we go. Plastic wrap. Okay. 3 times the charm. Plastic wrap seal. Enter. Just to kind of see. I've been feeling like it might be a little bit, silicone wrap seal. Let's go back. It is not wanting to work with me today. Okay. Amazon does not want me to buy a silicone wrap seal. So let's go ahead and see the results that show up. There we go. My guess, all right, here's my guess. It's going to be a little bit too competitive. There's going to be a ton of reviews for these. Let's see if I'm right. I am totally wrong. Wow. All right, let's run. This is interesting. Let's go ahead and run viral launch. I was totally wrong. Let's see. Okay, we'll scroll this over. So again, kind of organizing from highest revenue to lowest revenue. And then also we'll see the review quantity. Okay. So yeah, there's actually, okay, so there are a lot. I guess some of the top search results though were a little bit lower reviews. But yeah, I mean 1,000, 800, 500 down here, 200. But again, very high demand for this. Surprising amount of demand for this, right? We have the top seller making $80,000 a month, or close to $80,000 a month in revenue. So very interesting price point. A little bit low, but not bad at all. Definitely a workable, kind of doable price point. Again, given if you have to also estimate the size and weight of the product and all that, so that isn't taken into account yet. But yeah, a lot of kind of demand, decent price point. But definitely reviews, it looks a little bit competitive. And then the options highlighted in red here, this indicates, an outlier. So we'll go ahead and click and kind of see if this product is kind of what we're looking for. And yes, it is. And Silicone reusable by Mod Family. Okay, so maybe this isn't a name brand product per se, but it looks very much the case. Unless you have a clear idea for differentiating, I would definitely not go into this category. Again, because it's too competitive, and categories and products being overly competitive is one of the biggest issues that I find new sellers running into, right? They launch products that are way too competitive and they haven't properly differentiated. Because just because you differentiate, right? Let's say you make a different color version of this, or you have, maybe they all come in sets and you only, you sell only one specifically or only one small and charge a lower price point or whatever it is, right? I'm just throwing that out there. Just because you differentiate doesn't mean you're automatically going to win. You need to make sure you differentiate based on reviews. If you don't have a clear idea for differentiation and don't execute it correctly, then there's a high chance that you could lose. So in general, if it's your first time selling, that's why I recommend going into even if it's a little bit less demand, but there's lower competition, definitely going with a lower competition, lower demand product than a high demand, high competition product, okay? That's my recommendation for your first time selling. If you if you have knowledge into this specifically, if you have a really great idea for differentiating, you can definitely win. You can definitely get sales and win, but it definitely is more difficult when there's more competition. And in this case specifically, I find that there's a little bit of competition. And again, this is one product, right? You'll go through hundreds, literally hundreds, right? Dozens and dozens. And sometimes you can find a product right off the bat, but usually it takes a little bit of time. For me, it takes about 8 hours or less. I can usually find products, and I'm relatively experienced. So yeah, I just kind of want to give you that perspective. But yeah, I mean, basically that's how you use the Watchcount and Wish.com methods. Again, I have the links to both of those below. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up below and subscribe, because I have a lot of great videos on this channel and a lot coming to you very, very soon about product research and others. If you have questions about this tactic specifically or other product research methods, or if you have any video ideas, be sure to comment those below. As always, I really appreciate you watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.